You've probably seen the headlines, a single weekly injection that melts the pounds away, and it sounds almost too good to be true. And that's because it is. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about Ozempic, the good, the bad, and the downright life-threatening. Stick with me until the end because I'll also share a much safer strategy that not only helps you lose fat, but actually helps build muscle and strengthens bone at the same time. Now, first of all, what is Ozempic? Ozempic is a part of a class of drugs called GLP-1 receptor agonists. Now, GLP-1 is a hormone your gut naturally makes after eating. It signals to your brain that you're full, and it slows down digestion, and it can also help control your blood sugar. Now, some newer medications like Mounjaro, for example, go a step further. They target another hormone called GIP, or glucose-independent insulinotropic hormone, or insulinotropic polypeptide. It's a bit of a mouthful. But together, GLP-1 and GIP agonists act like amplifiers in your body's satiety signals. Essentially, they make you feel fuller for longer by reducing your hunger and slowing down the rate that food passes through your digestive system. Now, here's the key. Ozempic wasn't originally made for weight loss. It was created as a diabetes medication to help lower blood sugar and to protect against complications. But doctors noticed something. Patients taking it were losing weight, and quite often a lot of weight. And that's how drugs like Wegovy, which is essentially a higher dose version of Ozempic, and Mounjaro entered the scene as FDA-approved treatments for obesity. But what's the catch? Like any powerful drug, Ozempic comes with serious side effects. The most common, things like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and constipation. Now, these are things that are mostly related to the slowed gastric emptying that Ozempic causes. But in some cases, it can trigger horrific complications. Things like blindness, pancreatitis, gallbladder disease, and even kidney disease. Conditions which, if left unmanaged, can lead to organ failure and even death. And here's what people don't realize. Ozempic doesn't just make you lose fat. Because you're not eating and your body's entering a starvation mode, it will actually strip away muscle and bone density, especially if you're not eating enough protein or if you're not strength training. We know now that good muscle mass and bone density is extremely important for long-term health and longevity. Imagine your body like a garden. Fat is the weeds and muscle and bone are the flowers. Ozempic is like a weed killer, sprayed everywhere, completely obliterating the weeds or the fat. But it will also do damage to the flowers, your muscle and your bone, especially if you don't nourish the soil with good quality proteins and fats. Now remember, Ozempic is not natural, it's a synthetic drug. We were never evolutionarily designed to require Ozempic to lose weight. And Ozempic itself was never designed to be used long-term in otherwise completely healthy people. Ozempic should only be considered in extreme circumstances and only for a temporary period. And of course, always under medical supervision. Think about it this way. You wouldn't just start injecting yourself with insulin if you weren't diabetic, and you wouldn't casually take medications like metformin without a prescription. So why would you do that with Ozempic? Now here's the big problem. Right now, a massive wave of patients are ordering these medications online, self-injecting with no nutrition plan and no medical guidance. That's like giving someone the keys to a Ferrari without teaching them how to drive. Sure, it's powerful, but in the wrong hands, it can cause a catastrophic crash. Now here's the truth. You don't need a drug to lose fat safely. A carnivore or animal-based diet, when done correctly, helps you lose fat while protecting and often even increasing muscle and bone mass. And you completely remove your chances of getting any of the nasty complications that I mentioned earlier. Now, why is this the case? Animal foods are rich in the very nutrients your body needs to stay strong. Protein to build muscle, collagen and calcium for bone density, and fat as a clean energy source. Now I know what you're thinking. You shouldn't eat fat if you're trying to lose fat. I promise you this is not the case, and I will be making a video soon explaining why eating fat actually helps you lose fat. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you are notified when this video comes out, because it's extremely important to understand why this is the case. In summary, Ozempic is a tool. But like any tool, it's only safe when used correctly and only used when it's truly necessary. So if you're considering it, please do not do it alone. If you wouldn't self-prescribe insulin or chemotherapy, you shouldn't really be self-prescribing this. Work with a doctor, someone you trust. And if you don't have a doctor that you trust, you can always book a consultation with me, regardless of wherever you are in the world. We can simply do it online. Just book via the link in the description. But understand this, I will not be handing out automatic prescriptions. Only if it's appropriate will I prescribe it. But this will always be alongside personalized nutritional guidance so that you avoid all of the nasty complications. Remember guys, used recklessly, Ozempic can make you weaker. Used wisely, with proper support, it can sometimes be life-changing. But the truth is, most people don't need it. What you really need is the right diet, the right plan, and the right guidance. So before you reach for the injection pen, this magical drug, make sure that you're not trading short-term weight loss for long-term health loss.